All right. A quick one. A quick one. I should never say that. Every time I say a quick one, it never ends up being a quick one. I was gonna record a video on reclaim the Frontline event, and then another one on the I can't remember the name of it. The what's the name of that event? Transition. What's the name of this event? The other one that's here. Why are you glowing? Have I still not picked up this jade? All right. The other event that is here, which is Forged Blade. One thing I'm worried about, or not worried about, but one thing I need to adjust for: enemies with thrust, enemies taking damage. I don't know why these are the 4 down here. I wish I could change that. I really do. But this is locked. This is locked, which means all they want you to do is put a thrust team in here. So let me do this real quick. And I'm not exactly aiming for that, because my strongest team is definitely not the thrust team right now. And since I do not have Ichigo yet, the new Ichigo yet, this ain't helping. I mean, it's part of the reason why it can punch at the same level as the thrust team that was meant to be, or the thrust team that I do have. The thrust team I do have does punch around about less, a lot less, but more than expected with these buffs here. Since I can't remove them, or can I go back and remove them from like other things? Like, see this. Yeah, locked. Boo. Boo. This can be changed too to get a higher score. All right, so I'm gonna walk through Reforged Blade, and then I'm gonna walk through. What's up, Stu? What's up, Gouda? I'm gonna say Gouda. What's up, Hakeem? Almost didn't stream today, but we're gonna try to make it work. Anyway, so I'm gonna walk through this event, which did seem confusing to me. However, it's I won't say global, but it's a server level event where every server is being quote unquote attacked, like the other Mystic Frontline thing. But I can understand where the point system is a bit confusing. They gave the option to play with True Shikai Ichigo in the Reforged Blade. Hold up. Because when I go here, challenge, let's see if they do. Thank you. We're about to check this out for real right now. For real right now. I hate the way that this screen works. I need to change this, because it blocks off half the chat. YouTube, do better. But anyway, so I will look at this, because now I'm wondering about the numbers. The only problem I do have is when you go to deploy them, I would like to know, because see that I would like to know their stats. What I will do though is I could put in my own deploy and put in my own deploy, and then have True Shikai Ichigo over here on the other side. Right there, deploy, and then run that. That'll give us an interesting mix, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, I haven't gotten any boundaries. I do not have him yet whatsoever. I would love to have him. And here's the other part of it too. And it's like every full assault, I will only pull him once. Once I pull him once, I'm not going for dupes. I will wait for the next tactical character before I do the dupes. So what we will do is, I'm going to run one more thing before I actually get started in explaining what seems to be like a complicated. Hopefully I explain it correctly and don't let's go ahead and farm for these and don't get too raw. Let's go ahead and do this team. Have to admit to Hakeem, he's right. He is much better. However, it ain't like it was doing nothing. But yeah, so I'm going to run this real quick. And then when I get done with this, hopefully that'll drop my spirit energy. Not hopefully, it'll drop my spirit energy down. I'm going to go to the reclaim. I'm going to explain that event. because that event was confusing to me, and I was finally like, let me look and see what this is about. And then we will go into the Reforged. And thank you for those tips, because now I really, really, really want to see what True Shikai Ichigo is going to do. And I'm going to try to run him against, I guess I'll run 3 teams. I'll run Gin, I'll run True Shikai, and then I'll run my Spirit team, which is my strongest team, to see what the different points were in that. 1 second. All right, so since that's up now, let's go to use my Omen for some reason. If you use the Mayuri they give us, the damage will be low. Oh no, of course it'll be low. But I mean, if you look at it, I'm assuming that they're giving you just like a B0 of everything with basic stamps and all that other stuff. I don't think they're giving you anything like outsized, because they want you to be like, oh, it's not doing as much damage, but it's doing better than my regular team. I should, and then encourage you to purchase. But I don't think they're gonna give you B6 all the way around, and the Mayuri that you have is gonna run way better because you've built it personally. So it's gonna be way, 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 way better. These stamps suck. Y'all are really, they really, 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 really don't like their players. All right, so here we go. You got B3, but every copy was pity. So you did, you did 240 pulls on each. Is he your favorite character? True Shikai Ichigo is not perfect. He has some problems, I'm sure. I am sure he has some problems. I am absolutely 100% positive that he has some problems. But my theory behind that, and you guys know that. I feel like I say this every time, but my theory behind that is always the same. The full assault are going to be the first to be power crept. Just look at Gin, look at Bankai Ichigo, look at Kenpachi, look at like all of those characters, how fast they were. Well, actually, Kenpachi came in lame. They had a problem with his kit, but they come in as like, oh, look at them, and then the next thing you know, they're like, they've moved on to the slash team or whatever, and then that slash damage dealer is the one that you really need to focus on. And meanwhile, the tactical character for your team is doing more work. So that's always going to be my philosophy from now on. Unlike Okiata gets knocked out of his combos more often. Oh, he gets knocked out of his combos. Oh, see, okay. All right, see, that's why I had to ask first. If Ichigo is one of your favorite characters, then I don't judge pulling boundaries and stuff, because you want him to be strong as possible so you can play with him as much as possible. I get that. So I'm gonna let you slide on that, but I wouldn't. B3 is wild to me, unless you got the pockets for it. B3 actually had to pull, so that means you pull 320 times. Because you had to get the B0, 1, 2, 3. So you had to have 4 pulls of him to get him to B3. So had you been saving up for that Ichigo like that entire time? That is wild. Congratulations. Happy for you. It's wild. Okay. All right. So we will go to the Reclaim Frontline. And I'm trying to remember how exactly I wanted to start this, because it can get convoluted where you have these evasion points. You get the evasion points based, and can I go to commission? Yeah, I can still go here. It just won't let me battle anything, which is fine. Will it let me refresh? Yeah, it still doesn't give me any more blast. All right, cool. But then you get your defensive points here and your research points here. Once this hits that threshold of 100%, which is based on the server, everyone on the server contributing to these points, then this will drop, and then this will unlock, which is basically it. Like, that's how they're going about it. So, well, while I'm sitting here explaining the thing I said I'm gonna make a YouTube video on, let me go ahead and start making the YouTube video. How about that? Coming in 3, 2. I will be honest with you. This event confused the hell out of me. I had to sit there and like read and reread and research and all that other stuff. And now I think I got it. So this video will hopefully help you so you don't have to struggle the whole morning looking up information. Let's get to the video. Yeah, I have Aizen. Well, Aizen was the one I took B6, but he's tactical. So, like, if I had to take between White Ichigo and Dual Sangetsu Ichigo, I would pull for dupes of White Ichigo because he's tactical, if that makes sense, right? But again, your favorite character, do what you do. Have fun with it because the more you pull from them, the longer they'll last. I'm not saying anything against that part of it. So let's go have a sip. Let's get the vocal cords ready. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. All right, coming in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Grabby here, and this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, hopefully, I always say it's gonna be quick, and then it's never quick. Hopefully, this is a quick explanation of how the Reclaim the Frontline event works. So, for the release of Ichigo Dual Sangetsu, you'll see this Reclaim the Frontline, and it looks as though it can be kind of convoluted in its explanation. And basically what it comes down to is you're going to have these things called commission quests. These commission quests are going to grant you these defense points and these research points. Now, on top of that, which I'm assuming what most people are focused on, is getting these points here that you can exchange in the shop. Now, and I won't even lie to you, when it came down to some of these deploy one spirit character, deploy one slash character, where are we? They have some where they say deploy from squad 7. I had to Google it. I didn't remember everybody who was in squad 7 or squad 11, but I had to look it up. But what you're looking to do is, this is gonna happen anyway. This is a special target rewards. Here, what you're trying to do is gather these defense points. So you need to hit your commission quests every single day. Now, this entire event isn't an individual event, which is why you may be getting confused as to why your next levels aren't unlocking. It's a server event. The entire server is being attacked, right? So by gathering these defensive points and these research points, you can use these to break down the evasion and use this to research for more buffs for everyone. So you attack this 3 different times. You have your special thing. So I would go into this one. Deploy one slash character. I'm not going because I've already run mine today. Deploy one slash character. Just deploy your slash team. Or if you're having clear in 120 seconds, then I just put out my spirit team because they're my best and they're my fastest. So you use that. Now, once you gather these defense points, just say you're going to get 36, 3 attempts there. That adds to this. Now you see this pool. How am I going to gather 875,000 points? You're not. Your entire server has to do this. That's why it's like on you to help out everybody so that we can all get past this, right? Now, once you get to 100% on your all server defense points, what happens next is that this number here, this evasion number, which are the rules, this evasion number drops. With each drop, that unlocks the next level. So here, I think this was 70. This one I know is 50. It says it very quickly, but it's 50%. We're at 67 now. This is gonna drop 6% once we get to this 100%. We get to that 100% by gathering these points and contributing to this larger pool. My team or my server right now is at 54.51%. From what I've seen, this one took like a couple days to get to this here. Right now we have this attack going. Now, once we get to this, it's going to drop by 6%. Hooray! Let's say that takes us a day. Maybe it takes 2 days, but it drops by 6%. We need to be at 50, so that means we're going to have about three defensive points, so 3 days minimum, because these defense points only reset at reset, if you get what I'm saying. So it has to be at 100%. Once it hits 100%, that doesn't mean it automatically knocks down those points. It waits till reset, and then that 6% will come off of this. Once that happens, you go to Frozen Land, right? And this is where you can get these additional rewards. Every unlock of every tier gives you different rewards. So this, well, not different rewards, but additional rewards, this Jade. And then you have the Reishi environment up top. And I will go to, is that here? No. I will go to this here. Oop, 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 oop. There are, if I can get to it, haha. Well, exchange shop, we already know all about that. Support skills. Now, remember the other stuff that you were gathering? Here, your entire server will contribute towards the other support skills that happen when you're doing the actual frontline attack. In that example, you saw Toshihiro was standing there, right? So what I did was, for this one, I contributed my research points to joint defense, increase the defensive points gained by completing commission quests by 150%. I want to do this because the more defense points we get, the easier it's going to be to knock out that evasion percentage on a day-to-day basis. But there's others. As 3 exchange stamps, base 2 in the exchange shop. Joint defense here again, that was up by 120%. Research points, this goes towards contributing to this. So the more research points that we get from each commission quest, that increases, which means that we can then get more of these support skills. So there's, I guess, pluses and minuses to everything. The one that I'm focusing on are the defense points, but I guess people can make arguments for other things. Now, going back, once you have done those things and you're coming back to actually battle this boss, right? Toshihiro, we're trying to get a server goal of the progress completed, and I will go in here now. I am nowhere near these, but it is what it is, right? I put my strongest team in, and then I attack, right? Now, that's basically it. There isn't too much more to it. I can see where it's kind of like a very, very convoluted system. We need to defeat this boss at level up to 100%, plus do those other things for the evasion points before we're going to get our next tier unlocked. So, I did keep it quick. I'm going to wait a second, see if my chat says something. Yeah, I have a B6 Eisen. If Bambi and Candace are replacing current tracks, I'm going to skip them unless they are new typing. Okay. I got first copy, 70B0. Gotcha. What was, oh, you retracted it. You're gonna be saving for Vosto. Does anybody know when Vosto's coming out? The other 3. What's up, Shogun? The other 3, skipping the other 3 that are coming through. Is he coming at the end of this whole like chain thing that they're doing? Yep, I always play on auto. Don't ask any questions. Don't say it's better on manual. I don't care. I am an auto player. I prefer playing on auto. All right, so I think that's basically it. I don't think there's anything else to explain. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. That's it. I was looking to see if there was anything else, but I'm pretty sure that is like everything that needs to be explained. I actually made a quick video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Support me. Buy me a coffee. And also check out my Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. That was stupid quick. That was really, really quick. Okay, that was fine. It took me, I don't know how long, just reading back and forth to be like, what is this system? But then that shows how much I paid attention to Mystic Frontline. Yeah, no, it won't. But also, I don't want to sit here and try to fumble with my fingers over and over and over again. This is supposed to be relaxing, not stressing. That's part of the reason right now why I'm not, why I'm out on 7 Deadly Sins Origins. The type of player that I am, I like playing the things on auto. I do. I know there's a whole max out points thing, but what's going to end up happening is I have 48 now, and then I do it to max out the number of enemies, and I get, what, 55? Like, I'm not going to go from 48 to 300. It's not going to happen. So I'd rather just save the stress on it. I prefer doing it this way. And in fact, the people who've seen me do this in this trial tower, which maybe I'll try for that as well too. Maybe this is me being weird. Maybe this is the weird part of me in these types of games, or any type of games, where it is, I like being the coach, not the player. I'm starting, because I was thinking about that before, because people have brought it up before too, of like, you like to play auto, and they like to play actively. No shade to playing actively. But the more and more I'm like, I want to do it, I want to do it, the more and more I'm like, but I prefer doing it on auto. I prefer like solving the puzzle, like solving the team puzzle so that the team does it. I don't know why. At first, I had all these other and part of it is also I can communicate. I can read what you guys are doing, and I can like let the game play in the background or whatever, and all the other stuff. And that does happen with interacting. Helps me interact with you guys. Same time though, when I'm not on stream, I'm still playing on auto, and then I get so frustrated when my team doesn't make it, and I know, like the one for Strike. I mean, if you guys saw the videos, the one for the Strike team on in this trial tower, I knew if I ran it manually a couple of times that I could have gotten past it because I was only short by like a couple, like that much, a couple times, like that much. I was like, if I ran this like manually, I could do it. And I was just like, I don't want to though. I want to figure out the puzzle so that my team autos it. Whatever stamp selections I have to do, whatever like resource farming I have to do, whatever, I don't know what it is. That's just where I find the most fun. I don't know. I've made the excuses of like the whole like, well, the stream and everything, and that is partially true, but it's also I like doing it this way. I like figuring out how the team works, finding a way to get the characters to like do it themselves. I don't know. Maybe that makes me a control freak. Maybe that's what it is. When on mobile, I will be able to play good when it comes to being stuck. And you know what the other excuse I made was that I was like, oh, well, if it was a controller, it'd be easier, which is 100% true. If it's controller, it's much easier. Since I've been able to use controller, doing the rotations and stuff are much easier. Like the Strike team is so much better when you use a controller. But for some reason, I prefer it when it goes into, I prefer the auto. I don't know. Several times. I've hooked it up to my damn TV and then had the PlayStation controller, having a good time. And at a certain point, I wanted to be auto. And I think that's what's making me fall out of love with Seven Deadly Sins is they have no auto mode. And it's so grindy. It is so grindy. I'm so sick of that. It's so grindy. Over and over and over again, having to do the same damn rotations over and over and over again, be the same damn boss over and over and over again. And the only difference is like, hey, this time I beat it in 2 minutes and 13 seconds instead of 2 minutes and 15. Get off me. I don't know. Look at me whine about my first world problems. It does feel like we're getting less Jade, right? Or is it... Okay, you know what? I can't make that complaint. You guys tell me. I can't make that complaint because one, I do put a little bit of cash into the game. Two, I did go hard for 2 SSR characters in this last rotation. So I went hard at Ulquiorra, which going hard, I only got 1 copy, but it took me damn near to like, oh no, I think it did go to the guarantee. And then I went for Creepy Dude, and then I had to go for Creepy Dude's weapon stamp. Oh, and then Ulquiorra's weapon stamp too. So that's like 4 things I had to pull. And that deplenished, I didn't have that much Jade to begin with, and that murdered me. So you guys tell me, do you guys like genuinely feel like there's less Jade in the game? Because I don't know. I do not know. All right, so now when it comes to this, we're going to go ahead and do a video on this one. But yeah, if you feel like there's less Jade in the game, does anybody keep track of that? Maybe I should start doing it. But again, I do put money into the game. This month will be less. I'm only going to buy the battle pass. I think that's it for like that $7. And that's it. But I do put money into the game. So I don't have the right to complain about that, right? I can't put money into the game and then be like less Jade. It's the free-to-play players who feel that, you know what I mean? The free-to-play players feel that more when the Jade, because you guys have to manage your resources a lot more carefully. So you guys tell me, do you, like, from what they're saying, does it feel like there's less? Because I see 2 people saying it right now. Anybody else just put a Y or an N. You don't have to really get involved if you're just lurking. No big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and start doing this. All right, coming in 3, 2. So my chat confirmed to me that I might be a dummy. I was doing this event, I won't say wrong, but not the most efficient way possible. Let's get to the video. Like 150 plus for the Chinese New Year. I mean, no, well, no. They have a emulator. You can use LD Player on your PC, and that has controller support. So I mean, it's not like a PC version, but you can play it on your PC if you didn't know. As long as you're, I think though, if you're on the, and I don't think they ever did the server merger. If you're on Crunchyroll, there might be an issue. If you're on the Crunchyroll server, there might be an issue there. But they do have an emulator that you can use. So in case you didn't know, put that emulator on your PC, link up your controller, while out. Yeah. Okay, so coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, we're going through the Reforged Blade event, right? Now, hear me out. The problem that I made was I got annoyed here, and I swear, I got annoyed here because I saw that in these multipliers, the affix points that you get, that we can edit, you have load 1, load 3, that are locked in on thrust and ailment damage, right? Now, my problem was I was trying to put my best team forward. So for me, my best team forward is going to be the Spirit team, right? So with the Spirit team, I do the most damage. We're sick with this team. I have a thrust team, but I haven't pulled Ichigo Duosangetsu yet. The thing that I did not do, the dumb that I am, is I did not check to see that there's limited trial characters that I can use. Now, one complaint that has come through on this complaint, I mean, is it a complaint, point, issue, whatever, is that you need to be careful when using these characters. I say that because oftentimes you do not know what level these characters are, in the sense of, yeah, you see they're level 80, but do they have their weapon stamp? Do they not? What set stamps are they set up with? I assume it's base level everything, right? So typically what I am going to do is, first we're going to go back. And in fact, I would love to, I should have done this before I started recording the video, right? That's me. My bad. 2, 3, 6, 6, 9, 0. 4, 4, 4, 7, 6, 4. Shout out Will Chamberlain. 2, 4, 3, 8, 0, 4. Or was that Moses Malone? Anyway, 2, 4, 3, 4, 8, 0, 4, right? So what we're gonna do here is I am going to, these numbers are based on me using my Spirit team. Now I have amended these to have increased attack, trigger a perfect dodge, etc. Because of the way that this is going to work, because now I'm going to use my thrust team, I'm going to adjust my affix points here. I was building it based on the fact of I'm trying to but I'm trying to make it best suited for my Spirit team, which would end up using, like, you know, technique, because you have Ukiura in there, triggering a perfect dodge increase. I don't even know why I had that there. Spirit pressure because of Aizen. Sure. However, if I already have an increase in the thrust damage and take more ailment damage, increase ailment damage by another 60%, this makes more sense if I'm running with the thrust team, because they love and they thrive on ailment damage. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my own Mayuri, because, well, he's level 100. Well, yeah, we just use this entire team, and then we'll just replace Gin with Ichigo, right? Now I'm going to run this twice, because now we're in the research and development portion of this video, right? On this first level, I'm curious to know how strong this Ichigo is versus that Gin. So I'm going to run this with this level 80 Ichigo. I don't think he's going to outperform that Gin. That Gin has 5x core stamp. His set stamps I just reworked not too long ago. So he should be pretty tough. However, as I go through these 3 stages, I'm going to get to level 100 Ichigo Sangetsu, Dual Sangetsu, versus my Gin. So we're going to hop into this battle right now, and then I'll be right back. Limited Frenzy should have been released early. You do have a control. If you have a PlayStation, you can link your PlayStation controller to your PS5 controller to your PC via Bluetooth. I don't know if you have a PlayStation or not, but you can do that. And then Limited Frenzy should have been released early. Are they doing it again? Because it's been like, hasn't it been like a month since we've seen that Limited Frenzy event? It has been a little bit of time. All right, so now, curious to know, where are my points at now anyway? Wait, what? Hold up. Let me put comments over here. Let me put comments to be sure I'm looking at what I'm supposed to be looking at. All right, cool. All right. This all seems okay. Cool. Cool. I'm very curious to see, because this will be, I won't say a direct comparison, like in that sense, but how good is Dual Sangetsu Ichigo if the level 81 basically stomps a mud hole in the effects of my... He is killing right now. What just happened? What was... Ichigo, calm the hell down, bruh. Lord have mercy. Three, two. Okay, so what had happened is we got the exact same score, which makes me wonder if that's maxing out, basically, that you can only get 2, 3, 6, 6, 9, 0. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So what I'm going to do now is just confirm this score, leave that like that, and then I'm going to come down and go ahead and go to level 3. All right, now we're going to edit these. Now this level 3 was my spirit team that came in at 2.4 million, right? We're going to edit these to be better aligned with the thrust team, right? So we'll remove all this stuff real fast, get our points back. Dealing ailment damage grants whatever. Don't care, we want ailment damage. Technique grants a buff. Yep. Ailment damage 4 here, and then I still have another 4. I don't think I want that, but I think I do want the momentum and the increased attack. Let me double check anything else. Spirit pressure, perfect dodge. That perfect dodge, that goes for those of you who are running manual. I'm doing auto right now. Dealing damage reduces spirit pressure. Nope, that's... So, although the spirit pressure thing might be okay, I'm going to run with this. Increase the crit rate, increase attack. Secret technique increases ailment damage by 60%. Increases technique damage by 40%. Releasing a technique grants a buff that increases damage bonus by 2.5%, stacking up to 20 times. And then dealing ailment damage grants a buff that increases ultimate damage by 2%, stacks up to... That's huge. I didn't even read that one fully. That is huge. Okay, so here we go. We're going to save these. Now we're going to go to the challenge. So you see that Ichigo's missing. What we going to do is... Nope. Almost did the same mistake again. We're going to put this Ichigo in here. Deploy. So my previous team did 2.4 million. A lot of those buffs I saw in there, it looks like it means it's going to do a lot more than that. So let's get to the battle. I'm kind of excited. I want to know what happens. We'll be right back. B0 to Ichigo can do 30 or 40 million damage on ultimate. I'm sure he can even do more than that depending on how he's built. I'm sure he can do more than that. But that's what I mean by, that's what I mean by the whole, you need to know what's under the hood. You need to know how many core stamps it is, how many weapon stamps there are, etc., etc. My assumption is 1x for all of it, right? I don't think they're giving us a B6, 5x core stamp, 5x weapon stamp, 3 6-star set stamps that are perfectly aligned with the basic stat and the advanced stats and blah, 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 blah. I don't think they're doing that. But since I don't believe that they're doing that and that you're getting like a B01X core 1X weapon stamp, if he is thumping my Geen, that's a problem. Okay. Wait a second. That can't be. Let me just wait till the end because that feels like it can't be right. The number feels like it can't be right. I will say though, so far when it comes to the animations, Ulquiorra got them all beat. Like his animations are so sick. Like his. Does Ulquiorra have the best animations in the game? I think he does. His shit is cold. I think he has the best animations in the game. All right, yo, Ichigo, calm the hell down, dog. What did he say about your mom? No, that's cool, but no, that Ulquiorra's animations are still better. Ichigo is wilding right now. He is wilding right now. All with like, I'm not saying grain of salt, but you know. Remember there's a lot of buffs on here. Remember there's a lot of buffs on here. Jeez. Yeah, I think he does have the best anime. Yeah. Yeah, they haven't rerun Mayuri, and you know why? Because people figured out real fast how valuable Mayuri is. And so Mayuri might be my exception to that whole only dupe tactical characters rule. Because he is such a, just like Kitsuke, although Kitsuke is a standard, but he is such a good support. Like, even, I don't even like Mayuri, and I'm kind of like, maybe I should dupe him. Maybe. I don't know if his rerun comes if I would dupe him, but he is a beast. So I do enjoy him. I do enjoy him a lot in terms of running him with teams. Plus, he's the only good alternative for the strike team. Excuse me. I'm also wondering about a dual assault. Well, no, you need Mayuri. That alignment mastery boost is just so big. You need that. I was gonna try to run, or thinking of running, like a Nell alongside Geen and Ichigo, but I think that Mayuri's value is just too high. I don't think that makes sense. So we got through the health bars, which is an impressive feat in and of itself. Who's the best standard character? Kitsuke, easy. That's not even like a debate. Like, he is Mayuri before Mayuri. Like, he, give me a second before I say it. I would still count him as, if not the best, the second best support in the game. And he came out, I don't know how many months ago. And the reason being is, by the way, when I say best, to me, that typically means most versatile. So, like, if you're coming in as a free-to-play player, I can take this. Gee, look at that dim. What was that? I needed to screenshot that. What was that? That was a very big number. I don't know what that number was. I'm going to have to check for it. Coming in 3, 2. I just saw a huge number. I got to go back and see what that number was. That was a very, very, very large number. That was a massive number. Okay, so right now I have a new record of 5.03 million. Let me go ahead and write that down right fast. So I more than doubled my previous best with my spirit team, which does have, and I'll give you just the details of my spirit team just so you know. My spirit team has a B6 Aizen. It has a B0, Ulquiorra, and Creepy Dude. Aizen has his core stamp time 5x, and I think his weapon stamp is only 1x. The other two only have 1x weapon stamp. Ulquiorra has a 3x core stamp, and Creepy Dude has a 1x core stamp. So just so you have an idea of where that spirit team is, they're strong. They're my strongest team. Is not even close. However, given those fixed points that you have at the top of this, the load 0 and the load 3, and then the other things I added on top of the fact that now I can run Ichigo with them, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Now, the thing I'm very, very curious about is what does this score look like if I run Gin? My Gin is pretty strong. So we're going to try this again with Gin to see what the difference is, because now this is giving me an idea of what Ichigo Sangetsu does with it. Whoa. Sorry to try again. I thought would let me like change the team. Let me go back. But what we're going to do is leave. And actually, you know what? I was going to do this after the fact. Let's do this before. My Gin is no slouch, okay? So is he the best damage dealer in the world? Well, I mean, power creep got a hold of him, right? But he's not exactly like lacking. So I think he's B1. His his stamps are all 6-star. His core stamp is 4x. And I think I only have 1x on his weapon stamp, right? Okay, so that's where he is. His stats, just to give you an idea, crit rate is 37%. I need to do better with that. I gotta be honest. I gotta do better with that. Crit damage is 120. I really want to work on this, actually, now that I see it. I thought I just did his set stamps to redo his ailment damage. Actually, is probably why. Let me go back and show the ailment damage, because that's kind of important. 158%. So I do still need to work on his core stamps. I probably need to improve those. I probably do. But not a slouch. He was getting me through thrust content pretty easily. So we're going to go back to Reforged Blade. I got more rewards. Thank you. And now we're going to put this in. Now, again, the assumption is that this Ichigo that we've been working with is, look at him. He's 36. He's 36,000. To me, that says like weapon stamp, B0, 1x core stamp. That's what it says to me. I could be off, but that's what it's saying to me. Let me go ahead and find my Gin, plop him in. He's at 44,000. Okay. So we deploy that. We run this. And then we'll be right back. What's up, Gumame? Okay, yeah. So Kitsuke is easily the best because what he does as a support is that he will increase the attack of anybody on his team by 60% given the buffs that he has, right? So I say better than Mayuri because of the versatility, right? Mayuri, number one, isn't available to free-to-play players right now. Number two, even if he is best served on a team where there's going to be debuffs laid down, which is why he works well on the strike team. I think it's called, Lacerate from Pantera, and then the blah, blah, blah mark. I'm not going to say it right. The blah, blah, blah mark put down by Soifan. That's where his ailment mastery boost gives you a big boost, a big help. Same thing when it comes to the thrust team. You see what Gin puts down. You see the debuffs. That Gin puts down. That goes Mayuri boosts that. But you're not getting that on the Spirit team, for example. You're not getting that on the Slash team. Although with Kenpachi's cleave, I think you do get that. However, when you take Kitsuke, put him anywhere. No matter what he's going to do is increase attack by 60%. The negative side to that is that increase. He's on the field more than you would like, right? Like he's out there pretty much, which means like Creepy Dude and Mayuri, they aren't on the field as much, and so it gives your damage dealers more time to like do their thing. And Kitsuke's attacks do virtually nothing in this game now, but that extra 60% is incredible. So, is Dual Sangetsu the best? Is he the best in the game right now? I mean, they're going to try to make him out to be. I have a hard time saying Full Assault is going to be the best. That's all. I have to think on that. I don't know that he's the best. Let me marinate on that for a little bit. Plus, given what I'm about to see now. I mean, all this proves is that he's better than Yin, but all of these other results, like him fighting here now, I mean, there's so many added buffs to him in these types of events. You can't get a clear view. You absolutely cannot, because they're going to make him look amazing and they're going to make him succeed. And then in 3 weeks, you're going to get another character, strike or whatever, whatever. And then that one is going to have a bunch of events centered around them to make them look amazing. So you have to take it with like just a grain of salt. Like, okay, their goal is to make him look amazing because he's a new character. And people are going to be like, take my money, shut up. But is he the best? I have a hard time giving that title to anybody outside of like the tactical mark, if I'm being honest. I have a hard time saying that. Because if you remove Mayuri from this, he's not doing nearly as much damage. If you remove Nell from this, he's not doing nearly as much damage. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I would. Does he make the Thrust team the best team? There's an argument. That might be an argument. Albeit, prejudice here. I would still lean towards Spirit, but again, I can't. That's where I can't be reasonable because my Aizen is B6, and he's the only B6 character I have. So, this he's not going to at all be able to keep up. Not at all, because we're still trying to get through these 44 bars, and I think by this point, Ichigo Dual Sangetsu was already into that whole 99,000 bars thing. 99 bars. I'm not gonna sing that song. I'm not gonna sing that song though. Anyway. Yeah, so clearly Gin has been pushed into the realm of completely obsolete. And I was gonna go for Dual Sangetsu anyway. I think everybody was. But it's ugly. It's also a warning against like going into full assault too deep. 6 months from now, there's gonna be another one, and you're one that you spent all these resources on now. Woohoo! Not so good. All right, so 10 seconds in. So coming in 3, 2. Okay, so it seems pretty clear. Dual Sangetsu is at a lower level, 8,000 less, out damaging Gin by a lot. The team overall success by a lot. So this one actually, with Gin, he didn't even get up to where my Spirit team was. So that's 2.427 million. So yeah, B0. Again, because we can't see under the hood of the characters that we actually have, B0 Ichigo Dual Sangetsu just stomped a mud hole in Gin's attempt at this event. So the question got raised to me, is Ichigo Dual Sangetsu the best character in the game right now? I have a hard time giving that title to Full Assault because they get power crept really quickly. Secondly, these events, you see, like what's locked in there is more thrust damage, more element damage. So not saying that he's not the best, but it's hard to get like a clear view of how good he is when with these events. I am prejudiced. I am biased towards the Spirit team. I'll be honest with you there. The question I then have is like, how much does he help the Thrust team? Like, is he the best character in the game right now? I'm still going to lean towards no, because it's hard for me to give that to anything other than a tactical character. But at the same time, does adding him through to your Thrust team make them the best team in the game? And I'm leaning heavily on yes. Thrust might be the best in the game right now if you have Mayuri, Nell, and Dual Sangetsu Ichigo. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope I helped you with the Reforged Blade event. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Buy me a coffee, help support the channel. Also, check out my Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stop recording. Best in the game. I would say if you have a favorite DPS, you have to invest in the weapon and the boundaries to keep them relevant for a few. 100%. That is facts. And the problem I think that you need to weapon stamp over boundary. So if I pull dual Sangetsu Ichigo, it is more important for me to get his weapon stamp next than to get another Ichigo. I hope that was already clear to people. I hope I'm saying something that's like painfully obvious and that people aren't being like, wait, what? Because that is big facts. Like the weapon stamp gives you so much more benefit than having another boundary. I mean, just for an example, we'll go with Ulquiorra because I don't have dual Sangetsu right now. We'll go with him right now. Where are you, buddy? Yeah, so just pulled him. He's a full assault character. Just pulled. I mean, I've had him for like a month. But if I take his boundary, the next boundary he would have had is, while Resurrection Segunda Etapa releases the first ultimate, Annihilation does not consume ultimate energy, or in Resurrection Segunda Etapa. In addition, the character immediately enters Thunderous Assault and restores spiritual pressure to maximum, allowing a second ultimate Annihilation to be released after 5 seconds. Reduce the cooldown of the ultimate Resurrection Segunda Etapa by 5 seconds. That's really good. That is really, really good. When any attack triggers a critical, an additional attack is triggered. So if I crit, I get another attack on any attack. Okay. Already right there. Dealing damage equal to 12.5% of the attack's damage. After Ulquiorra releases any ultimate, his crit damage increases by 100% for 20 seconds. Increase ultimate charge rate by 40%. Oh, so you mean I'm going to be charging up for my ultimate faster and getting additional 100% damage at crit damage after? Oh, okay. At the start of a battle, every extra 1% of ultimate charge rate increases the crit rate by 0.4% up to a maximum of 55%. So theoretically, if I build up my ultimate charge rate, I know I'm going to get more. Wait. Increase ultimate charge rate by 40%. Okay. I should do the math on this really, really fast. But let's just say I hit that 40% and then I go another, say, 200% ultimate charge rate, right? That gets converted here, 55% crit. So that means I only have to build my crit up to 45%. If I even want that, I could build it up to like 25% and then drop the 55 on there. And now I have a stable 70% crit rate, ultimate charge rate. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is huge. And that affects everything that he does, not just the Segunda Etapa and all that other stuff that they were talking about in the boundary. So, like, to me, weapon stamp over, B1 or B2 or what. I mean, if by the time you get to B2 and B3, okay, fine. But once you've pulled your character, it is my very strong opinion that, okay, I've pulled him. Fine, time for the weapon stamp. Got that. Okay, now we can go back to boundaries, or the weapon stamp, if you get a dupe of it, all it's going to do is improve these like statistics down here. It's not going to give you like any added ability. So, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think but the true dedicated, the Nell isn't a bad tactical character. You know what I mean? Like, this is maybe a flaw. Not a flaw. Let me come back. It's not a flaw. But the reason why I have a hard time with putting any character, why I'm going to have a hard time putting Dual Sangetsu Ichigo as the best character in the game, is because all it's based on is just seeing really high numbers doing damage, right? The tactical characters typically help the entire team do great. So what you don't need necessarily is to have a dedicated tactical character per full assault character. What you can do is, hey, Gin was doing great on this team up until about 3 months ago, just the content leveling up and everything else. Nell still does an amazing job like supporting the team overall, and Mayuri does a great job. All we need to do is plop in a different full assault. Same thing that went for Toshihiro. Toshihiro is a very, 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 very good full assault character, right? Run him with Aizen, fantastic. Now, Toshihiro kind of, I guess it's aged out the word, but He got power crept. Also, it was very apparent that he's on the field a little bit too much. You don't need another dedicated spirit tactical character for Ulquiorra. Just plop him in with Aizen, and you're good, right? That's part of the Kenpachi. This Byakuya, that's a bad example. This is where I'm gonna get my butt kicked. That's a bad example. He came out as one of the standard six. So like the Slash team started, if you can believe it, they were the best team in the game when the game came out. Having Byakuya, Kitsuke, and Ichigo Bankai. Ichigo Bankai falls off fast. And then Byakuya is just like a drag on the team. So then when you put out Kenpachi, and they did mess up with putting out Kenpachi, but it is what it is. And then run him with White Sangetsu, you have a pretty good team build there. So best tactic value for free to play the game, for free to play in the game, I would say is White. I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm biased, but I wouldn't disagree with that because I've seen Ichigo White at a B0 level wreck shop, cause problems. So I'm not mad at that at all. But the overall point is, excuse me. The overall point is, Soifan doesn't need a. Let me go back. Pantera does not need a dedicated tactical character. The strike team needs a support character, but Soifan is still a very, very, very good tactical character for her team. And they did try to boost Yadoichi when Soifan first came out. They did try to boost Yadoichi's like stats a little bit and make them run a little bit better together. And they're okay. They're okay. Then they put out Pantera. Pantera runs fantastic with Soifan when you do it manually. Now, fantastic is a relative term. I mean fantastic versus what they were, not fantastic which is what they are now, because the strike team is the worst team in the game right now. But they ran really, really well together. The issue they have right now is they don't have a dedicated support. That's it. So I would argue it, for me, is going to be very hard to say like anything is better than the tactical characters. However, does that mean I'm not like pursuing dual Sangetsu Ichigo? Hell yeah, I'm going at him. Yeah, of course I am. Of course I want him. Are you insane? Of course he's good. He's really, 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 really good. So, especially seeing what I just saw there. Let's go back. Now, the question I wanted to have, or that I need to answer is, am I going to try to finish Endless Trial Tower? Because I've been going at that thing for the past, I don't know, a couple streams. I took a couple streams off. And now I'm wondering if I should go at it again. Because that thing has been kicking my tail, mostly because we don't have a dedicated, this is where the dedicated support would really be helpful for a strike. We don't have that. And so it's creating issues. Not to mention the fact that, and now that I think about it, the thrust team is the primary team for that tower. And if I had Ichigo duels on Getsu, it would be a cakewalk right now. It really, really would. Damn it, that sucks. It would be such a cakewalk right now. Let's go to Gin real quick. And let me see what I have. I probably have him in some terrible stamps. I don't even have any Nexus stuff, so I probably can't do anything with it. No, I got his crit rate here. Oh, yeah, see? Crap. Why did I 6-star this? Why on earth did I 6-star that? For those of you who are like, what is he doing? I was new to the game. I know better now. Jesus, I know better now. That is trash. Okay. That makes me want to rebuild and then make him go at Dual Sangetsu again. I don't, but I know for a fact I don't have the stars for it. Do as I say, not as I do. This is back in the beginning of the game where I'm still learning. I'm sorry, Gin. You suck right now. Okay. Not gonna be with Endless Tower. I just wanted Soifan skin. Yeah, Stu, I know. I got the Soifan skin, as you can tell. I already got the Soifan skin. The problem is that now I'm at that 11th tower, and there is a way for me to beat this. There is. I swear there is. Where are we at? I swear there is a way for me to beat this level 11. There is. And it is if I had dual Sangetsu Ichigo. But the other thing that was very, very funny is that down here, I used Bankai, got through it, right? Down here, I used, oh, this team is terrible. This is before I had Creepy Dude. So the question then becomes, right? And this is where I'm going to have to maybe allow this to happen. And then somewhere in the middle, use my thrust team. And then come back to the spirit / strike using my Yuri. Right? But the thing that I did before was I put Kitsuke on the strike team. And that's what got us the boost that we needed, right? What I might do here is, you know what? Let's give it a shot. No, my Gin is like terribly built right now. And I'm tempted to put ready to go stamps on him, but my Gin is so poorly built right now, it's embarrassing. I thought I already fixed him. I thought I fixed him because as as you learn the game, you just, keep fixing things and going further and further. I thought I went back and took care of him, and apparently I didn't. I need to get like 30 Nexus stars prontito so I can go ahead and fix him because, geez, that's terrible. All right. So we're going to try to record this video for Endless Trial Tower. Let's see if I beat it. This is the thing that has been driving me up a wall for the last, week and a half. So we're going to see if I can get through this and then probably call it a stream there. This is, I didn't plan on streaming. I wanted to do those 2 videos that I just did, Reforged Blade and Reclaim the Frontline. I did those, and I'm very impressed by Dual Sangetsu Ichigo. Everything I said about like the philosophy of like how I work in the game, don't take that to mean that Ichigo Dual Sangetsu isn't good. He's amazing. Don't take that from what I said. That isn't the lesson that should be learned from that. What it is just, I don't want to get hyperbolic or prisoner of the moment and get caught up in like dumping resources into a character that I believe, if I'm looking at the pattern of the game and it hasn't been out for a year yet, in about 3 to 6 months, he's going to be power crept by another thrust assault character. So, or because these events are going to start to slowly but surely, what was the last one was Spirit, and then the one before that was Slash, right? So then the next one coming up should be Strike. And then by the time we get to Slash again, that damage for that Ichigo Dual Sangetsu is not going to look nearly as good, but that's not going to be even his fault. It's going to be because all of the events are going to be geared towards that new Slash character looking amazing, which means they're going to say, hey, Slash characters get extra damage. Oh, but my Ichigo is thrust, so I can't use him in this event to get the most points. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm trying to like find that balance. I'm going to make this tea real quick. We are going to put something up. I don't know, something. But while I boil this water, it's already hot. It shouldn't take that long. This thing is just, I don't want to do that though. It takes like 10 minutes. But again, all right. Yeah, I'm still trying to stack core stamps on him too. And I should maybe do the exchange there to get it more. You know what? Let's go ahead and show off Dual Sangetsu one more time because that was nice. That was nice, dog. That was, oh, we got another achievement. Yay for more Jade. Now let me get about 6,000 more of those. Forged Blade, we'll just go right on in here. We'll run that while I go. Bye, Gin. I'm sorry. Gin, I did you dirty, man. I did you so dirty. I set you up to fail. You didn't have a chance with those set stamps, dog. That was, oof. I'm sorry, bro. I did you dirty. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, run this. I'm going to boil my water for my coffee. Not coffee, for my tea. I'll be right back. Okay, so now hopefully through this, me doing the endless trial tower, you'll see like how I'm negotiating around different kits to figure out the best team possible to finish it off. Like not having dual Sangetsu would solve the problem right now because I'm at the top of that damn tower with my thrust team just not strong. Man, he is murdering. Lord have mercy, he's murdering. Jeez. Okay, sorry. Dual Sangetsu would solve that problem. I don't have him yet, so it is what it is. I'm gonna find a way to get through the endless trial tower. This might be he is murking this dude. I'm gonna try to get through this endless trial tower real quick. Figure out a way to use what I have to solve this problem, right? And then hopefully through that, you guys will see a lot of the questions that you guys ask about who's good, who's bad, or whatever. It gets kind of solved in that. You got sick and tired of Geen. Honestly, I clearly I got tired of him too because I wasn't really messing with him. Let's see. We really needed this. Yeah. Can't wait for Vostro Lord Ichigo. What? Okay. Vostro Lord Ichigo he's not coming out this round, right? He's gonna be a 1-year anniversary thing, right? I don't see them do. I'm still surprised they're doing 1,000-Year Blood War now. I thought for sure, I would have bet anything that they would have waited to start this kind of event for their 1-year anniversary. I thought that for a fact. And I'm wondering if that whole like owner of the IP releasing a new game that is a new Bleach game had any effect on this. Genuinely. I really would like to know. And I'm also wondering, yep, he's 1-year anniversary. Okay, that's what I thought. Like, for sure. But I thought this would have been, okay. Because I thought they were going to try to pull this out for a minute. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Let's see, did I get a new record? No. Wait, what? How is it? Man, Ichigo, what you doing? How did I get 2 million less? Like a legit 2 million less. What are we doing right now? What? Why was it so? That's insane. My high score is 5 million. We just got 3. I didn't change any of that. What happened? Same dudes. I changed no stats. See, it shows out when I'm recording for the YouTube, and when I'm just on stream, it won't do it. Okay. I see how it is. You want to act up when company's around. Okay. All right. I see how you do. I see how you do. You just want to act up because company's in the house. Okay. No, that's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's not fine. That is not fine. I want to know. So then does that mean that I could run this again and get 8 million? What is that? That is not okay. That is not okay. Absolutely not okay. All right. Anyway. Another release of 1,000-Year Blood War because 1,000-Year Blood War animes. You're right about that. Sorry, Hakeem. I forgot about that. I forgot that's coming out now. There's a new season for that's coming out. And I got to be honest, I haven't watched the 1,000-Year Blood War probably in the last. I haven't checked out on that stuff, to be real with you. I don't know. That art just isn't really doing it for me. Not like it's bad, but it's just like, I'm going to watch Soul Leveling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just watched Soul Leveling for the second time, and I'm tempted to watch it for a third. That might be in my top 5 anime of all time right now. And they're coming out with the movie instead of doing a season 3. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it is what it is. All right, sorry. That's not what this channel's about. Although it's a good anime if you have not seen it. And that was a dumbass thing I said before, where I thought that I hadn't seen season 2, but what actually turned out to be is that when I watched Soul Leveling, season 2 was already out, and I just didn't realize it because I just watched it straight. And so it was like, no, I saw seasons 1 and 2 because I'm looking at, here comes season 2, and I was like, but wait, there's some stuff that's missing from season 1. Didn't this thing? Yeah, that dude, Iron. I remember him. Wait a minute, and then I would say I was disappointed, but then I got to watch Soul Leveling again. I was not disappointed. All right, challenge, Trial Tower. In this Trial Tower, level 11. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. Gonna call it a wrap. Oh, also I watched that How I Was Reincarnated as a Slime. Started watching that. That's cool. That's cool. Not what I was expecting. Much more of a Saturday morning cartoon vibe than a Friday evening anime vibe, but it is what it is. I ain't complaining. It's good. It's good. It's good. Not what I was looking for in that moment. All right. So this is okay. Let's go ahead and start recording. All right. Coming in 3, 2. I don't even know what part this is right now. I don't know if it's part 3, part 17, part Endless Trial Tower is driving me up a wall. However, I feel like now, and hopefully you guys watching this get to understand like how I'm using different characters, how you can build different teams, all that other blah, 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 whatever, right? I'm frustrated. I'm trying to get through this, but I think I have a strategy that's going to finally get me through it. You've heard me say that before, but I mean it this time though, or I'm going to throw my laptop out the window. Let's get to the video. All right, so here we go. We have, here is that got us through. And then I'm gonna leave this, right? Yes. Yeah. Because then I'm gonna replace here. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, I feel like I can finally beat Endless Trial Tower. Having to go through all the different characters that I was using, I got stuck on this floor here because I was relying on my thrust team, which this would be so much better if I had True Shikai Ichigo. That'd be nice, but I don't yet. But I want to beat it, right? Got stuck here at this floor. I believe that White Sangetsu would be able to get through this because Slash Team is better than the Thrust Team. This right here, I believe that if I have the Strike Team running with my Yuri, I can get through this. This right here, which is where I use the Thrust Team at first, I could beat this easily with Creepy Dude, Aizen, and like anybody else really matters on that team, Ulquiorra, right? So I feel like these top 3 floors could be handled by this category. Now, typically, like I said before in the previous videos, what I would do is just use the other categories to go up and then use the thrust team at the top or whatever team that was necessary in this trial to like wipe them the rest out. However, my thrust team is like my 3rd weakest. And I just come to find out after doing the True Shikai event how terrible my set stamps are on Gin right now, and I do not have the resources, nor do I really want to spend them to fix Gin when hopefully I'm pulling True Shikai Ichigo. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now here is, just as a recap, this does not really need to change. This is a poor decision. I could put Creepy Dude in here now because now I have him, but I'm not going to worry about that. This right here frees up Kitsuke for us. This Kitsuke that I'm going to use, I was going to use on the strike team to increase their attack by 60%. Now what the plan is I'm going to use that Kitsuke on the thrust team, save use of my Yuri, then use my Yuri on the strike team at the top. Then here, the strike team, I can leave this alone. So these 3 floors can stay the same. What I'm going to do now is, I beat this with Aizen, Ulquiorra, and Momo. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put the thrust team in here to save this spirit team, to save this slash team, and to save this strike team, and then go up and use them at the top. So what we're going to do now is see if we can hammer through this very quickly, but we're going to reset it all now to floor 4. Yep. Confirm. I'm glad they let you like reset it that way too. All right, so we're gonna do this work. Let's see how it goes. We'll be right back. So yeah, the thrust team can go here. I'm saving spirit. I want my Yuri out and I want Kitsuke in here. This gives us that added 60% attack, lower level. Let's see if this goes. Bambi and Kent. What are you? Wait, who's? Oh, are these? From? Okay. Oh no no no! It's incredibly smart. That is what you should be doing. Is put it this way: if I was smart, and as this anime is coming out, I should be pumping out Bleach Soul Resonance videos. Everybody's like a rising tide lifts all boats kind of deal. I should genuinely be doing everything I can to put out like as much Bleach Soul Resonance content as I can, because people will find that game, they find that game, they find content creators, they find me, hopefully. And they're like, oh yeah, like this dude. Most of y'all don't, but some of y'all do. That is like the smart play from their side of things. Are we really gonna not be able to clear this easy boss here? Uh-oh. You would think it would be easier that way, but I don't think so. But wait. I might be able to get away with using my Yuri here. No, I won't be able to. I won't be able to. We need to really save my Yuri one time for the strike team. We really, really do. And doing it this way, I don't think we're going to be able to get through that. I do not think so. Eat your face. But let's see. I'm trying to think of another alternative to this to save one turn on my Yuri so that we can get over this hump and use my Yuri on the strike team. But when someone asked me who's one of the best or who's the best from the standard bunch, him, but you see his flaw immediately. He adds so much attack, but he's on the field way longer than you want him to be. Way longer than you want him to be. If we can get this down to 10 health bars before the 130 mark, then we should be good. We should be good. Where are we at right now? We're at 12. Looks like we have a good pace. We only got to clear it this one time. Looks like we have a good pace. I would love for Nell to use her ultimate. Honestly, I would love to put ready to go stamps on Gin. That would probably help him out a little bit. Actually, no. What I would love is to have True Shikai Ichigo. That would be the solution right now. So we're at 10 with 130 left. So that means that with the way this is working, it's going to be one of those like down to the wire battles. Oh, it's going to be one of those down to the wire battles. Come on, Nell. Keep doing. Nell, you love the combos. The combos are coming for you, lady. Let's go. Let's go. You're doing fantastic. 510 hits is fantastic. Let's go. 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 We are almost there. We can make it. We can make it. And I guess that is the plus side of the thrust team, is that as you stack the combos, they do get stronger. So maybe we will beat the clock. Maybe we will beat the clock. But there's 60 seconds in a minute and 6 bars left. So it'll come down to like that last 5 seconds. That last 5 seconds, is that going to be entertaining content? Come on, I would love for you guys to make it not so exciting. Make it boring. Beat him easily. Okay, so we got 2 bars, so we should be good to go. All right. I say that, then immediately we lose our combos and everything goes to Okay, here we go. So the plan from here is we can use my Yuri. 3, 2. Okay, so I was worried a lot at first, but then we got through it relatively easy, especially since I'm mixing and matching the teams, right? So we got Keatsuke there with the thrust team, got through that relatively easy. I just needed that one time to go. Now the next 2 will be the thrust team using my Yuri. That saves the my Yuri one time to go up to the thrust. Let's go ahead and make that happen, right? So that's locked up. Slash here. Nope, we're gonna use thrust with my Yuri here. Bet. Deploy. All right. All right. Let's hope the plan works. Let's hope the plan works. Here we go. Here we go. I'm smiling so far, but I swear I feel like I'm going to get kicked in the teeth at the end again. I feel like it's going to be that like second to last floor that's going to get me again, and I'm going to cry. I should not be this invested. Okay. Anyway. Stu, people have said the Rangiku thing 100 times. It doesn't work in the Endless Draw Tower. Unless you have massive Mayuris and Nels, like with multiple boundaries to work. Not on floor 11. Been there, done that. She stopped being useful at trial 9. She does not go here. And the only reason Momo went was because I had to take Toshihiro off the board so that he would stop taking up the time and let Aizen, because Toshihiro likes a lot of field time. You take Toshihiro off, you add Momo, Aizen gets to Wreck Shop. And that was before I had Creepy Dude. Now I have Creepy Dude. So it's a this one, I will say, is infuriating, but it's fun. It's fun. Where are we at right now? Oh, it looks like we're in pretty good shape. Hey, dog, Hakeem. I'm so burned out on Seven Deadly Sins. Like, it was, I played that game a little bit yesterday. Like, a little bit. And you know how I am when it comes to the new acts being released and me wanting to, like, play it by myself. The new act got released. I haven't even done it yet. I'm just completing the boss challenges. But this was what I was saying to people before about, like, auto being a thing, especially in these games. I like auto, period. Next topic. Also, when it comes to games where you have to grind a lot and go at the same bosses all the damn time, auto helps. Because guess what we don't want to do? Spend 2, 3, 4 hours attacking the same boss manually. Doing the same damn rotation over and over and over again. So, like, I am fully burned out on that stuff. They come up with, and I'm hoping, because they do communicate a lot, they're putting out content, everything else. I'm hoping they find some way to resolve this whole, the quality of life change that they need to add is some form of, you can either auto or quick raid these bosses to get the rewards. Like, if you beat the boss in less than 3 minutes, then you can just auto complete it X amount of times for X amount of cube points. Because it's just so like, you mean I gotta go at this damn golem again? Come on. So yeah, I feel you. I'll look at it now and it's kind of like, I don't want to do it. Whereas the other side of it is Bleach allowing me to do it this way. I can farm while doing chores. Yesterday, I was doing laundry, washing up, like cleaning the balcony, all that jazz. And Bleach was just over in the corner doing whatever farming stuff that needed to be done. Like that whole adventure mode they have, that sucks. It sucks so hard. They made it so that basically they just did it as fast as possible. Yo, let them auto this. Let them auto this before they quit this game. Within 6 months, it was like, we got a swift mode. We got a auto mode. We even auto the auto mode. Please don't leave us. Okay, yeah, so that's what I was wondering, MD, and thanks for joining, MD. Recently, issue something or another. Okay, Carol just added something that got, and I'm just not going to put that up because that seems like somebody sat on their keyboard. All right, so now that's done. We're going to go do this with the Thrust team again. I'm not even going to like rejoin with the YouTube channel because it's not necessary. All right, so sorry. MD, recently they are giving us less jade in events. If this continues, EOS soon. They were giving decent jade and tickets before. They are not now. So somebody brought that up too, and I said that, I can't remember who it was. Was it Stu? Somebody in the chat said that earlier, where they said they felt like they're getting less jade, and I had to be, and I'm not denying it, I'm not confirming it. I said I have to step out of the conversation because free-to-play players know way, way, way better than someone who puts, I put a little bit of money into the game. You guys are gonna know way better the Jade economy than I am. So I'm taking it from you guys. Is it looking like, in open forum, everybody say yes, no, or give your viewpoints. Are you seeing less Jade in the game? I'm seeing those events, like the snack event is pretty cool. What was the other one? Like the matching thing was cool. Like they put those little mini games in there that I think are a lot of fun. I don't see from those games where they're giving us less Jade. I'm saying I don't see it. You tell me how you feel about that. I, with all my resources burned, and not having put money into the game yet, waiting for payday. I'm up to like 40 something pulls on True Shikai Ichigo. So I genuinely don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Does that make sense? Lastly, last rotation, whatever the hell they want to call it, I went at Ulquiorra, and that took me all the way up to like guarantee. I went for his weapon stamp. I went for Creepy Dude. I went for his weapon stamps. So in the course of 3 weeks, I pulled 2 SSR characters from the new banner and 2 of their weapon stamps, right? I don't know what fingers I was going to use. I was trying not to flick you guys off. So I burned a lot of resources doing that. What is standard? Because basically doing this, I came out going at it like at 0. With like, I don't know how. No, I had a little bit of Jade left because I got lucked up on the Creepy Dude stamp and it got to me really, really quickly. But like, let me know for real. This is me asking, not telling. I have no idea. Does everyone feel like, do they feel like it's about the same? Also, bear in mind, before they were only giving us 1 banner. Like, I want to say 2 months ago, it was just like 1 banner where you just got, I'm just gonna say Aizen. Aizen came out, that was it, Aizen, and then the standard banner. Now they're giving us 2 banners. They're giving us 2 limited characters. So they're doing like a rerun of Creepy Dude on top of Ulquiorra. So if you're trying to pull for both, they are putting a higher demand on your Jade, right? So is it they've added more things to buy without increasing the Jade, or is it legitimately like there's less Jade to get? All those questions out there, answer them. This is me posing the question and wondering how you guys feel about it. It's a fun game, so I hope they fix it. This is Hakeem now talking about 7 Deadly Sins. What needs to be fixed ASAP? What needs to be fixed, like I said, is a slight auto mode. I feel that BSR is in a good place, to be honest, and there's enough to do, in my opinion. This isn't a type of game you play the same way. So, true, but that's part of the pluses and minuses of it. I think the thing is that it's a true mobile game, which most mobile games, when they have stuff like this, they give you an auto mode. They give it because they know it's going to be on your phone. So there's also quality of life kinds of things involved in it. When it comes to 7 Deadly Sins, it feels like they're making a console game and trying to say it's mobile. And it's not. It's really, really not. And it requires so much time to sit there and grind out their events on top of the daily stuff that you need to do. So let's see. So right now we are out of thrust. Okay. So the next step is to use Spirit, Challenge, and we're gonna, no, you are not, Mayuri. You get the hell off my screen. We're gonna use you. We have 2 more attacks. Well, 3, but I should only have 2 attacks left on Spirit, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I was about to be scared. All right, here we go. Going into this. Start. It feels like it's less J because they're summoning back to back to back. That's what I mean. It's back to back to back. There's no skips. If you have Aizen and Ulquiorra and Creepy Dude, and even in that one banner they put so you could switch it. So it's technically 3 characters you could have pulled for. And if you're trying to get all 3 of them, they increase the stuff that you want to buy without increasing the amount of Jade that you get. I don't think they're giving us less Jade. I just think people want more surrounding all the hype. Last 5 to 6 units all have been great must pulls. Even Creepy Dudes at great value. And I skipped Creepy Dude. Because I said I'm gonna have to go for Pantera, which means I have to skip Creepy Dude. Back when Pantera was a thing, right? And then they pull out that banner of you're in a comic book store and your grandmama always give you, shout out grandmama, love you, rest in peace. Your grandmama always gives you $5, right? Your grandmama always gives you $5, and I'll never forget this day. I wonder where that thing is. There was a comic book artist for the Uncanny X-Men in the comic book store, right? And he was there. My grandmama always gave me the $5, but old buddy was there, and I was like, but he was signing pictures, right? And he wasn't. I don't even think. I might be wrong. I'm gonna say he was charging. I don't even think he was like charging. I think he was there just kicking it. Like he has this appearance there and he's signing like these pictures. And one of them had like the Janet Jackson imitation cover that they did for I think it was called Gen X on Image, where like the hands were covering the boobs. And then they had another one with like Colossus fighting people. And I was like, as much as I want the hands covering the boobs, I cannot go back in my grandmama's car at 10 years old, give a damn who signed it. We are in Alabama. Ain't no way in this world in the 90s my grandma's gonna let me walk back in there with that. So let me get the Colossus, right? My grandma always gave me the $5, but now there's extra stuff that I want to buy. So it feels like I have less money, but there's just more stuff that I want. You feel me? Like that's kind of how it feels right now with Bleach, where it's like, you don't think I would have wanted to like dupe up Ulquiorra? Not Creepy Dude. You know what I'm saying? Go hard. I lucked up on the weapon stamp for real, for real. It would have been nice because Ulquiorra is one of my favorite characters in the game. So it would have been nice to like dupe up on him. Didn't do it because you don't have the resources, especially if they're going to rerun some of these characters, right? So it sucks. There's just more stuff to buy. Kitsuke. So now we're using Kitsuke here. 2 more floors. The thrust has been taken care of. So let's go. They gave 10 free limited pulls and 10 weapon pulls, 10 standard pulls just from the... That's true. They did do that. Enough events, Deadlock Passage. Yeah, as a free-to-play, you can't get everything, and they complain they don't give us enough Jade. Well, it is a resource management game. That's what it is. If you're free-to-play, it becomes a resource management game. And so they can give you 3 SSRs that you're going to pull, that you want to pull, but then you have to make a decision. And I'm not free to play, but I'm also not a whale. And so, like I said, with Creepy Dude, it was like, I'm not going to have the resources to pull Creepy Dude and Pantera. I'm going to get for Pantera. I made a funny thing about it because he is creepy. I don't like him. But I made a funny thing about it. But at the end of the day, this is where my resource management has to go because I'm not dropping $500 on this game. I put in 2 beers worth. You know what I'm saying? I put in a McDonald's combo, and then you know how sometimes you get the extra nuggets on the side. Like I put in that much. I don't even go to McDonald's like that anymore. Holy Cow was amazing, but like that's what I do. So a Holy Cow burger, which is an amazing burger place here, amazing. It's good. Holy Cow burger, fries, and then sometimes what I do is I get an extra portion of fries and then get like the jalapeno sauce on the side, the jalapeno cream cheese on the side. All that, that's got to go towards the game. Resource management. I can't. I gotta make a decision. Yeah. If you get all the characters that's free to play, then they don't make. Then don't get mad. You don't have to. I did have one person who was like that. Most free to play players understand that concept, and I think the problem is that because I know there was this one guy for DC Worlds Collide. I called him the DC Worlds Collide Yoda, where he was free to play, and he said what he was like and this is not an insult. He was like the kind of person who gets a thrill from like getting coupons and discounts. Like everybody's looking for a discount. Everybody wants that 20% off groceries when they go grocery shopping, right? But then there's certain people who like, that's what they do. And then when they get to like the grocery store, they look at the receipt and they're like, yo, look at how much I saved. This was $500 worth of groceries and we saved $210. You know, like they love it that way. And that's how we viewed the game. When you view the game that way, that helps you understand that they're not giving you everything for free. They're never gonna. Never. I can't pull every single character every single time they have a new character. Well, of course not. It's never gonna be that way. And I think that, and this is most people understand that. The mass majority of people understand that, but it's just like you don't hear too much about the dudes who are faithful to their wives because the wives ain't got nothing to say about it. All you hear about are those dudes who are unfaithful. Only the people who understand that it's a resource management game aren't complaining about the fact that they're not getting enough. The ones who burn all their resources and don't manage the resources properly but expect to get everything are the ones that are complaining. That's why I ask, if you are a free-to-play player and you expect to get every character, it's not realistic. I can't come from that perspective, which is why I say I have to step back and let other free-to-play players say like, oh no, there's the same amount but just more characters. Or like, no. They've given us 3 new characters and they've cut our Jade by 20%. Like it's a real thing. That's why I have to step back and like read what you guys are saying, because I don't play in that world, so I can't tell you what you've experienced, right? If you get all the characters as a free-to-play player, then don't get mad on low Jade. Well, yeah. Free-to-play, some of my limited characters are B2, B4, so... Okay. That's another thing. Depending, and this goes back to that other stuff. Depending. If you're also trying to pull dupes of these characters, no chance as a free-to-play player you're getting everything. Unless you just have the best RNG in the world. And if you do, holla at your boy. What phone did you get? Tell me what phone you got and what RNG they have in that Samsung XYZ. Like, bruh, let me know. If you're able to dupe up every character and not hit guarantee and let me know what the business is. For real, I need to figure out where that phone is immediately. I've never been able to get a real answer on the whole RNG thing in terms of like where the coding is for that. Is that based off your phone's RNG, or is that based off of the game's RNG generator? Anyway, it is what it is. But that's why I ask you guys, do you truly feel like there is a deficit when it comes to Jade, or that there has been a lot less? All right. See, your boy made a little mistake here, right? Let me see. Because I have one more strike team up here that needs to happen, right? I want to take him out and put in Kitsuke, but I think, then I can't. Oh, see, your boy screwed up. I have to try to beat this with Yadoichi. I think I did last time. Like, I'm worried, but I think I did beat this last time with Yadoichi. But I think what happened before is that I should have used Yadoichi here. No, actually, maybe I didn't screw it up. Okay, no, never mind. I don't think I did screw it up. I don't think I did. All right, so let's go ahead and do the Yadoichi thing here. Okay. All right, let's go. Oh, did you see the last 7 Deadly Sins stream? And that's the thing too. Like, I even could say like, oh, you guys are like doing a great job communicating, and then the next thing you know, like, I was watching their last stream and I ignored. I literally took that 1.5 hour long stream, or however long it was, watched that thing in like 5 minutes. Because also Gother, who gives a fuck about Gother? Nobody wants Gother. Give me Bond, man. Like, already burning out on the game, and then you take the character that most people love the most and then put him like at the end, like, whatever, dog. Uh-oh. Who you with? But yeah, I don't know. They had a stream. It sucked. They're nice people. I'm being very negative right now. I apologize. I'm being very negative, but that's because it's one of those, like, I see so much potential for that game and I feel like they're screwing it up. Not screwing it up. They're trying. I think they're trying to make it more attractive, and they keep saying they're doing like quality of life changes, and it's like, that's not, I don't think you know what quality of life change means. That's not helping quality of life. Oh wait, we put in dungeons and they suck, and you guys say they're too long to play. So let's go ahead and put in something called raids. That is worse and takes more time. Okay. I've completed that raid once. That's it. Not doing that over and over and over again. He's the best support. I'm sure he must be. I got 6,000 of them things, and I'm not even. It's not called Jade in that game. Whatever the hell it's called. Fragments, whatever they're called. I got like 6,000 plus like a bunch of hero draw tickets, and I haven't pulled for him once. He's a hard skip for me. Skip. All right, so I'm worried. I'm very, very worried right now. Very, very worried right now. Because I don't want to have to double back. But, oh. And the other problem with this is, and it's not, I'm not going to make it. Definitely not going to make it. Definitely not going to make it. This is a problem. Absolutely a problem. I believed I used my Yuri on this one. Oh, Scream Rage. Oh, I want to scream so loud right now, but I can't because then that would mess up your ears. The math ain't mathing right now. The math ain't mathing right now. What's up, Kiwi? I am good. I am good. No, they've made quality of life changes ish, kind of. No. Whose quality of life are they changing? Theirs, not ours. No. They've. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it, but it really feels like you've given your partner in your like your romantic partner, you've given them like a complaint in the relationship where it is, okay, you know what? This is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. This was me being that dude. Okay, so my ex, she was at a certain point like in the middle of our relationship complaining about like the cleaning, about there not being enough cleaning and that she's having to do it all and I'm not doing enough. And I was like, okay, well then let's get a maid. And she got upset because she was like, I see that you're trying to like find a solution to this, but the solution is for you to start cleaning more, not for us to add another bill. And it was a much longer conversation than that. But that's where I was like, but I mean, like, why don't we just get a she's like, no, we don't need another bill. You need to start cleaning more. That's what their quality of life changes are, is that, okay, you gave us a solution-ish, but that ain't addressing the real problem. That's really not, okay, fine. That house will be, now we got another bill. All I wanted you to do was just wash some more dishes and vacuum, dog. Then we got a robot vacuum cleaner that saved us a little 2 years. Oh, your exams are over now. Do you have to? This is the dumbest. I always hated exam time because then they're like, oh, we'll give you the result in 6 weeks. Oh, you want me to just sit here and like basically worry about this for 6 weeks? Thanks. Awesome. So did you get the grades from the exams yet or no? All right, so this is not working. Scream and shout. Scream and shout. Leave. Confirm. But no, that was me like trying to improve the quality of life. Like, yo, let's just get a maid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can have her come in like once a week for like a couple hours, help get things clean. Like, that's not the point. It's like, it kind of is. You said clean. You said cleaning. It's like, I'm going to bring a person in who helps cleaning. So you're addressing the issue, but you're not addressing the issue, and you're making me madder, but I don't know how to explain to you that this is worse what you just said to me. Okay, so we're going to switch this up. Let's see. Reset 246. Hey, a chugga chugga. Hey. All right, so now we say that challenge. All right, bet with you guys. And then we're gonna try to use the thrust team one higher. After building all my teams going forward, I'll only summon during the Chinese New Year half anniversary outside those celebrations. Oh, I'm going for supports. That's it? Okay, all right. You better not let them see that, because if they see it, they're gonna be like, okay, here's what we gonna do. Vosto full support, not on Nan anniversary. We're just gonna plop in the middle of October. Like, wait, why is Vosto out in February? What happened? This is not an anniversary. Don't tell him your secret. Oh man, I'm clear to all resorts. Okay, good. Then congratulations. I'm glad you're done with it. I'm glad you must have done well, because if you did bad, you wouldn't have mentioned it. So I'm happy that you got through with your exams and everything. Congratulations. I don't know if you're old enough to drink, but have yourself a Coca-Cola. Sit back in the sun and chill for a little bit. Relax. Deep breath. Were those your like final exams for? Forgive me for not remembering, but is that like the end of the year or the end of your degree? Forgive if I don't remember, or because I don't remember. Sorry. Because I think you came on like a little while ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, and said that you had exams, and so maybe it was like a week ago, and you're like you were just here to like poke around and see, but it was a break and that you weren't really going to be able to game for a bit because you were trying to stay focused, like a good student, unlike what I was. Because as a student, Jade Empire had a hold of me, Knights of the Old Republic had a hold of me, and there wasn't even streaming or anything. See, Hakeem, like the new arm, it's cool, but they just gave us more work to do. And I looked at it, and I did change like some of the engraved armor per weapon. I did like a couple of them, and then I enhanced some of the equipment there as well. And I kept getting rolls that were making my equipment worse, and so then I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I don't. Was it 40 days ago? Was it 40 days ago? Where does time go? Well, hold on. 40 days ago is only like 5 weeks. I said 3-4, right? Maybe I need a vacation. No. So like those armor set things, like for real, I don't know if I can be bothered, man. Not right now, because the thing is that that is for those high level players who are enjoying running these rotations over and over and over again. I'm getting sick of it, and so switching the weapons and stuff for the characters that were like Elizabeth, I did it for Meliodas, even though nobody runs him outside of Longsword. Diane, I think I did it for, because I switch her up when I use her on the Earth team. And that was about it. I got really, really bored with the idea of like, not bored, but kind of like, not even frustrated is the word, but like, am I really about to switch weapons like this all the damn time to go at every single different thing? You know what I mean? Like, it just got kind of like, Argentina final rigged again. Hey. You can say that, but guess what? Y'all lost to England. Nobody loses to England. Nobody loses to England, and y'all lost to England. I'm just saying, y'all let them be third place. I thought France was supposed to stand on business. I told you to start the exam results. Get out after. Okay. Gotcha. All right, but then that's even further away, man. I am old. I'm losing my brain. Bro, the game didn't matter. Apparently it didn't because y'all got 6 goals scored on you. Oh, that was the game for the bronze, bro. No one cared. Hey, okay. Play for pride. Don't be 4th place. At least get 3rd. At least be on the medal stand. You got no pride about yourself. Get some pride about yourself. Oh, so y'all was 2nd in the Olympics in basketball. Oops. But yeah, that's the funny thing. I'm convinced that FIFA's rigged. And not rigged, but corrupt. Difference. I'm convinced they're corrupt, but everybody wants to watch it. No, I don't work at a software company. Right now, I'm actually looking for a job. I am a compliance officer in banking and finance, and I'm leaning towards moving into digital assets. But truth be told, a lot of basically compliance law, stuff like that. Very, very, very boring topic. Would I prefer to work for a software company? Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so I was worried about this, but if we get one more ultimate from Soy Fun in 30 seconds to knock out a bar and a half of health, then we're good to go. Which means that we did preserve 1 Mayuri for the last floor. I don't know if... Okay. So there's that, right? And this is where the careful planning is going to have to come back in. So, 3, 2... So this is where the careful planning is going to have to come back in. So far, I've left this alone, as I said before. Toshihiro was a problem here, but we cleared the floor. We don't care. We just need Aizen and Okioto going forward. Slash. Okay, cool. We were able to save a Kitsuke here. Here we use Yaruichi. That's fine. Saving us a Mayuri and a Kitsuke to be used. Here we use Kitsuke on the thrust team. This saves us 1 turn of Mayuri to use on the strike team going up. Then here we use the thrust team with Mayuri. I may not even like that much anymore, but that's fine. Here we use the strike team, no Mayuri, no Kitsuke. Next we'll put in the spirit. Then we'll put in the slash team with Kitsuke. And then we'll have slash team for Kitsuke here on floor 11, right? Going through the plan in my head as I'm telling you guys too. So the spirit team here, slash team with Kitsuke, slash team with Kitsuke twice. This one and this one are going to be the issue because I've saved 1 Mayuri. I'm tempted to... I may need the thrust team to take this out for us. The thrust team may need to take this out for us so I can use the strike team here. Okay? I am really, really stressing over this. Like, for real, for real. Like, I'm really, really stressing over this. So the strike team needs to get off my screen right now, actually. We'll put in the the spirit team. And we'll be right back. Oh, because you're looking for your first job. Where are you? Because you say raw Kiwi, which gives me the indication of all... Oh, not Australia, it's New Zealand. But, like... Where you at? I might have... Look me up on LinkedIn. Look me up on LinkedIn and look at my network. Because I do have a lot of, like, software people in my, like, sphere. I'm just not directly at a software company. But there are plenty of people on LinkedIn that I'm linked to that have it. So just find me on LinkedIn and then you can check from there. I'm trying to think of anything. Yeah, India. Okay. Damn, if you had touched base with me like 2 years ago, I have a guy named Shivanshu, and there's an Indian team that works for Deutsche Bank. Find me on LinkedIn. I can't promise a damn thing. I cannot promise a damn thing, but find me on LinkedIn. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I can at least get you in the network with somebody. Let's see what can go. because truth be told, Switzerland, uh, a lot of, especially Deutsche Bank, has been outsourcing a lot of their stuff to India. My team had to, like when I was still working for them, we're having to manage a team in India for a lot of the stuff that we were doing back and forth. So find me on LinkedIn. Ain't no problem. We'll see. At minimum, you'll have a network open to you. Just make sure your LinkedIn looks good. Okay, so right now this team is Ulquiorra, Eisen, and Eisen just does damage. I'm sorry. Eisen and Creepy Dude. Eisen is just a monster still. But he's B6. Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm saying like just cool. You don't have to put all your business out in the street on the chat. Look me up on LinkedIn. And then I'll put you in touch with whoever I know, right? If I can help, I will. It's not literally not a problem for me to just be like, yo, this dude, and see what happens. Can't promise anything, like I said, but maybe, who knows? Maybe they have some kind of internship or like start out job that you can pop into. Matter of fact, hey, matter of fact, am I pointing in the right direction? Right. Oh, boink, boink, boink. My Instagram. I was gonna say like I didn't put my business out there like that, but my Instagram. Just hit me up on my Instagram, and then I'll send you my LinkedIn link. You connect there, and then there's one person I'm thinking of particular that I'll be like, hey yo, this guy's looking for something there. Can you check to see if there is something there? And he's gonna say yes or no. That's about as good as I can get. That's about as good as I can get. So just check out the LinkedIn. All right, so this worked. This worked. We're not checking it. Check out the Instagram. This worked a little bit. Okay. So I need 2 Kitskes. We got the strike here. I should have 2 strikes left, right? So challenge, I just need to check this. So the Kitske, the strike first. This one. We should have 2 of these. Nope, we have 1 of these and 2 of hims, right? Which means the thrust team needed to go here. That's what it was. The thrust team needed to go here on this strike side, and I have to pray that they work. Pray that they work, or else I'm gonna be so upset. Next is gonna be slash. There should be 2 of everything for them. Bet. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm already coming to the conclusion that I may not complete this trial tower, and it's really sucking. Returning player, and I got new Ichigo, Eisen, Gin in a team. I don't know what's good, so lost after a long break. Okay. Returning after how long? Because if you have Eisen, that could have been the last run. Wait. Okay, so you said new Ichigo. So you got Trushika, Ichigo, you have Eisen, you have Gin. You literally just missed the event where you could have gotten Ulquiorra and Creepy Dude, and that would have given you a strong ass spirit team. Right now with Eisen, focus on Momo. If you have Toshihiro, I mean, he could help, but I would say Momo, not Rukia. Oh, and then with Gin, you need Nell. You really need Nell. And truth be told, with new Ichigo, I mean, you can run them together because they're both going to be thrust, but Gin is power crept as hell by True Shikai Ichigo. And you do need my... That's the thing. Okay, returning player. Maybe ask this first. What level are you at? Like, where are you? Like, what's your level? Where are you at in the trial towers? Stuff like that. Because from what you're showing me is that you've missed a lot, and I don't know exactly how to advise you. Momo, Kitsuke. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I mean, the Kitsuke thing, it depends on if he has them or not. Was playing Dragon Ball Legends. Forgot about this game. Is that a good game? Dragon Ball Legends. Did you hear the Cole track? Man, he got to stop talking crazy because he's not that guy no more. That I have not heard it, and now that's the problem. Every time I see him on a track, I'm just kind of like, you're gonna say you're the best, and you back down. And I respect that you back down, but now I can't hear you talk it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had your chance, you had your opportunity to show, and you could have done it respectfully. Because Jid and Eminem go at each other about who's the best lyricist all the time on the same song, respectfully, in what is basically done as like a cypher style song. And even Jid said that. Jid said like he doesn't do beef tracks like that because where he's from, that's not how beef gets settled. And I was like, okay, I respect that. But he's like, I'll put anybody on a track with me and we can just do cypher style back and forth, see who's the best lyricist. And I was like, okay, I like how you explain that. That's cool because where you from, people. East side Atlanta, like I'm from anyway, like so like I understand where he's coming from on that 100%, whereas like he's gonna come find you. But then you could have done that. You made one thing that said like, yo, your catalog is kind of weak, and then you remove the song so nobody could get it again, and then the apology on stage or whatever. Right after that you could have been like, yo, K Dot, I'm not gonna do it this way, but can we hop on a track together and just challenge each other lyrically? I put down my bars, you put down your bars. I put down my bars, you put down your bars. Instead, you wash your hands of it, and 2 years later, come out talking all that noise when some of it, I won't say it quieted down because Drake started going at it again. It is what it is. No, I'm not listening to any of it. Oh, it's an insane pay to win game. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Who has a B6 Ichigo? Bruh. Hey, what's up, Art Entertaining? What's up, Art? Hi, Vortex. We've already been speaking about you, but still. Hello. Who's got a B? All they did was save for that. That's all they did. They hadn't. Okay. They had no fun with nobody else. That's all they did. Okay, so Thrust can go here. Should have 2 Mayuri left. Yeah, 2 Mayuri left. So Thrust, I need you to come through in this moment, dog. Please. Okay. I need y'all to come through. Please, 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 please. I'm only rewarding if you... Man, this thing keeps getting in the way. If you're lucky, but if you're unlucky, it'll feel pay to win. It's possible to with so much luck and soft pity. I don't know when it's... Because all of these games have a pay to win model. Let's just be real. You're going for B6. True Shikai today. More power to you. Not I. Kiwi, you should be asking where Hakeem works, because Hakeem sounds like he's got a great software job where he basically owns Microsoft. Because he's trying to go for a B6 True Shikai right now. I am a Dragon Ball Z fan, albeit the more older and older and older. No. It still holds a place in my heart. It was never my top 5, but like it always will hold a place in my heart. Hey, Nell. Bit worried here. Y'all got my Yuri. What are you slacking on? Come on now. But I have to remember, they are the Incredible Hulk of the teams. The longer they fight, the better they get. That's how Thrust works. Yeah, B6 Ulquiorra and B6 Grimjow. I leave that to you. I'm not B6 in those useless. Nah. Not they aren't useless, but like, for who, for what, for why. I mean, I guess you want to be at the top of leaderboards, so. Yes, that'll get you at the top of leaderboards and stuff, competing like that. Not I. I will chill. Hey, I'm gonna need you guys to be at that 20 bar mark, the second set of bars, by 1:30. Please. Please. Okay. Thank you, Nell. You were listening. You were listening. I really need to rebuild Keen's set stamps, but I really don't want to spend the resources to do that. And I do not see a window anytime soon where I'm going to have the resources to be able to do that. But that would go so far right now. Okay, see? Okay, we're in good shape. We are in good shape. Should be fine. Let's see. So, Vortex, I'm reading your stuff right now. I'm level 59, almost 60, and my box is B3 Keatsuke. That's awesome. Aizen, good. You can run Aizen and Keatsuke immediately on 90% of the stuff that you need to do at that level. Gin, Byakuya. Do not waste your resources on Byakuya. Ooh, sorry. Well, I mean, waste. Don't overdo it. You're gonna need to like gear him up a little bit to get through some content, but don't anything. Be sure like to do your other stuff first. Keen as well. Work on Aizen, True Shikai, Ichigo, and Kitsuke first. Get through what you can get through. Rangiku is worth mentioning because you'll be able to like, you should have multiple boundaries of her and be able to get like her leveled up a little bit. She's not a resource like black hole because it's also fewer resources to actually like level her up, but don't over invest in her. You're gonna need it for thrust team, but I would say like right now, Kitsuke, Aizen, and True Shikai, focus on those, get them up as high as you can, put them in whatever events that you can compete in, stack those resources, and then build out from there. And then sparingly Gin, Rangiku, and then Byakuya. And I say Rangiku over Byakuya because then if you have Gin and Rangiku, that's kind of like a thrust team. Kind of. But yeah. That's what I would say. I'm actually stuck at Endless Trial. No thrust team built. Strike support is B1 Sanjin. Ooh. And use up my slash team way too much. Ooh. Do you have Yaruichi at all? Because she runs better on the strike team than Sanjin. I don't even have him anymore. And I mean, I assume, with that being said, I assume you have Soifan. Or yeah, get him now. Incredible Hulk dish. Okay, here we go. All right. That was floor 9. Oops. That was floor 9. So now, coming back in 3, 2. Okay, so we just did floor 9. I was able to use thrust here. Go back down to the strike team is really where I'm like striking. I'm really just having to negotiate my way around. I was able to use Yaruichi, Soifan, Pantera here, right? Then of course Slash and Spirit are not the concern. It's really just trying to negotiate my round like strike and thrust being so weak. Next up is Spirit. This should be a cakewalk. Last time I went at this, I went at it with the Slash team, or yeah, with the thrust team, and they had no shot. White Ichigo should help us murk this floor. And then the thing that's going to be whether I laugh or cry will be this floor 12, because I have no alternatives. I have to run strike with my Yuri here now. So let's go in here. That one my Yuri left. Let's go in here. Let's run our Spirit team. Use it. This was supposed to be a quick stream. We are now 2 hours deep. This was supposed to be a quick video. This is an hour of recording for what will end up being like 10 minutes of content. All right. Okay. Let's go. Be right back. All right, so I'm a of true Shikai Ichigo after reading Bleach. So I always want to prioritize him for the fun of the game. Any tips to do that? To prioritize him? Truth be told, he just came out. So like you're at the optimal moment of when you should be able to like make sure he is the best. First things first. Whatever you have to do, get his weapon stamp. If you don't have his weapon stamp yet, don't worry about the dupes just yet. However, if he is like your favorite character, you can go for dupes. Just know that it's going to hurt you a little bit later when it comes to future characters, right? But the next step is don't pull for dupes for him yet. Pull his weapon stamp. I had a conversation about that about an hour ago. Do that. Next thing you want to do is focus heavily on getting his core stamp. You should have, if you're like newer to the game, you should, or you said you're returning, right? You should have a good amount of stamp corridors. Stack that core stamp up as much as possible. The core stamps, unlike the weapon stamps, are just there all the time. So you can just go ahead and get that up to a 5x core stamp if you want to, and then move on to the next. Now, one thing that is key, you only want to pull the core stamps for characters that are limited characters. On the standard characters, like with Kitsuke, you don't need to worry about pulling those core stamps, because what's going to end up happening is you can pull them on the standard. You will have to pull them, but you can pull them last, right? Don't worry about that one too much. Go ahead and adjust your standard weapon stamp to Kitsuke and pull that thing as many times as possible, because Kitsuke is going to run successfully with true Shikai Ichigo. The reason being is that Kitsuke gives 60% added attack when you have his weapon stamp to all damage types. So in the very beginning, or in this stage, you'll be able, they just worked him. In the very beginning of this stage of the game, you will be able to use Kitsuke with true Shikai, and then whoever else you decide to put on the squad, and then true Shikai will do 60% more attack damage. All right, so 3, 2, that was successful. Shocking. B6 Aizen, creepy dude, and Ulquiorra were able to handle that. Oh no. All right, so now we have White Ichigo with Kitsuke and Kenpachi. White Ichigo is going to carry us through this, or at least he should. All right. Here's hoping. Be right back. But yeah, so Kitsuke will run with true Shikai. Not a problem, right? Optimal. No, optimal would be my Yuri, but you don't have that. So Kitsuke, easy to get, easy to farm. Go for his dupes, go for his weapon stamp dupes, all that other stuff. He's the only, just making sure in my head, he is the best option in the standard banner, and the only one that's worth pursuing strong. Yadoichi can have her roles and stuff on the strike team, but you don't even have Soy Fon, so that doesn't matter. Tosin can be okay. He really can be. But I would still put my money on Kitsuke, because he's going to have more value overall on your account for a while. And yeah, that Kitsuke does relate to true Shikai being like better for you as a beginner. Yeah, that would be it. Go for his weapon stamp. Start pulling for that. Try to get that. Once you get that, if you really love him that much, I would say approach with caution, because it's going to hurt you with future characters, like in the near future. But if he's your favorite character, try to pull a couple of dupes. Not likely if you're free to play, but you never know, you might get lucky. And then focus on getting his core stamp, multiply it as many times as you can, and that will help you build, like, have the starting basis for a strong Ichigo. The thing that's going to be the most infuriating part about all this, all right, set stamps. I did a video, I can't even remember, but I did a video about which set stamps would be best for him. I did that on a stream. I'll have to go back and look again, because I was just talking. I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I analyzed his like weapon stamp, and I think I'll even look at his core stamp. But I did that on the stream somewhere, but I don't even remember what my advice was on it. But in the, when you go to character select, in the bottom left, you will see where it tells you which stats to go for on your set stamps. In addition to that, this is where you do need to read his weapon stamp, and you do need to read his core stamp, so you know how much crit, because it's going to be crit, how much crit damage you need to put on him. Get him. Get him. Okay, but that's how you're going to see how much crit, how much attack you need to put on there. Let's see. Oh, you do have 78 days left. That is one thing. You do get this. They did change how the pools were. Thanks, Hakeem, for like reminding me of that. They did change how the pools were going to be set up. So you do have a full 78 days, which is nuts that they're doing that now. It used to be 3 weeks. You do have a good amount of time to do it. Pressure's on the weapon stamp. But you do have a good amount of time to do it to try to pull him at multiple levels for boundaries, if he's your favorite character. My Slash is actually double support and is going strong on floor 9 and 10. What do you mean by double support? Only support on that team is Kitsuke. Who's the other support? Are you using Yachiru? Are you using Yachiru, Kitsuke, and then Kenpachi? Is that the one you're going for? So Kisuke is not I should have finished reading the comment. So Kisuke is not available. Also, I think Yaruichi just sucks. Masoe Fun is B02. The UCR ultimate crit rate. He does 2 million ultimate damage without Sanjin. Yeah, Yaruichi doesn't suck. I like her. But is she something that's worth like pursuing? Nah, don't waste your resources that much. You'll get her eventually, and then you can put some resources into her if you want to. But here's hoping to where you'll have better options. But if you have to, you have to. But here's hoping you have better options. I never selected Kisuke's core stamp, and I got his core stamp back. Funnily enough, that's what I was just thinking. Because I do not remember ever, and I know why, actually. I do not remember ever selecting his core stamp, and I think I have his maxed out too. And I think what's going to end up happening is you get those puzzle pieces that helps you build the core stamp, which doesn't happen too often. And then you also get them randomly when you've selected what you actually want. They'll give you, I have gotten like 10 Ikkaku core stamps. I have never selected Ikkaku. Never. Why would I do that? I like myself too much. So you may not even need to select that for Kitsuke. However, in the beginning, I would maybe recommend just getting one. Just doing it one time after you get 5x on True Shikai. Just if you don't already have it by that point, because maybe by that point you have it, just to strengthen your roster for that moment, because you're not losing out on too much there. But that is a valid point. I do not remember ever selecting Kitsuke. So maybe in your pursuit of getting 5 True Shikai core stamps, you end up with Kitsuke on the way, and then one's enough to get you going, and then as you play, you'll get more to multiply it up. Never selected blah blah. What do you mean your B0 Soifon sucks? She's okay. No way. Ain't no way. Go back. Ain't no way. I was too busy talking. So, coming back in. Let's see. We'll run it one more time, but ain't no way. Sucks. It sucks. Okay. Last one, and then that's it. That sucks. Because I want to see, I beat my Yuri with that 20 bar, but then that baby comes out, and you have to beat it again. Another 20 bars. Hold up. I do have 75% crit rate on her, but I always hit BF with the ultimate on her random. On her rotation, sorry. Okay. For free to play. If you have Rangiku, she's very good for True Shikai. She has good. Yeah, no, she's really good for. She is good. If you don't have any alternatives, she is good. I'm just saying, like, be measured when you're using your resources on her. But that's facts. Urahara and Rangiku do not. No. Actually, Kitsuke. Yeah, Urahara and Rangiku is good because Kitsuke goes everywhere. Urahara goes everywhere. So that's a good team, right? And I have no problem with you fully investing in Kitsuke, but Rangiku just, take your time with it. True Shikai with Rangiku B2 and Urahara B2 is very good. Yep, agreed. Only got Rangiku B0, which banner. Oh. Do you still get free? Do you still get free stuff from Rangiku now? Because we did, because they had that error with the Gin event. So then they gave us a bunch of her. They gave us like a bunch of dupes of her. How do you get more Rangiku? I genuinely don't know. Because I already had her like B5, so they didn't have to give me more. I mean, I'm sure they did, and I just ignored it. But Mayuri is tough. Yachiru. Who am I taking out? Who am I taking out to put in Yachiru? I'm not taking out Kitsuke, and I'm damn sure not taking out Aizen. And then what? Take out Kenpachi? Like, who do you take out? Kitsuke gives you the 60% out of it, and I don't have Yachiru developed anyway, so that would have to be like a future project. But like, you definitely don't take out White Sangetsu at all. You do not take out Kitsuke. He's better than Yachiru. That's just facts. And then I'm not taking out Kenpachi. He's our primary damage dealer. I need to see how close we get, but there's no way. There's no way. Unless I'm gonna focus on, I don't know how many core stamps I have for White Sangetsu. Man. Oh, this is about to suck. Thank you guys for watching, by the way. I'm about to get off the stream. It's already 3. I need to cook. Thank you guys for watching, by the way, though. Watching my pain and my suffering. Jeez. I'm about to go make me some spicy penne pasta. So. Unbelievable. I beat him. I beat this thing. And then that big ass baby shows up. Right? Wait, why is Ichigo... He's doing no damage. He's doing literally 0 damage on him right now. Why? Is it because he's supposed to be targeting Nemu? Is Nemu even on the field right now? Wait a sec. Because last time we beat him, so now this time we don't, and Nemu's not on the field anywhere. Last time we at least got past him, but we didn't get past the baby part. What is this? What's going on there? And they're not giving us the details on what's happening. Yeah, but what typically happens with the Nemu thing is that if you don't take out Nemu first, then you can't do damage to Mayuri. Let me, because I am gonna have to get off in a minute. But there was a thing on True Shikai. Hold up, because this is gonna be infuriating for a second. One sec. Let me leave this, and I'll show you what I did beforehand to figure it out. And I cannot remember exactly what it was, but we did like talk about it. We did talk about it. How did I do that last time? Was it under the gotcha thing? This guy? Wait, there was a way. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so strategy guide. It'll tell you here, ailment damage, crit rate, and then crit damage, right? Typically, and let me go ahead and go to his skill. Immediately always go to passive. He wants to lay down these breach marks. I remember this part now, which made me lean towards putting ailment damage on his third piece. So there's that. Now on his weapon stamp, 1 second. That thing. On his weapon stamp here, increase crit rate by 20%. Already get to knock it down by 20. After releasing the technique, Getsu Tensho, tap basic to perform blah blah blah, equal to 1,000% attack. This is why you like weapon stamps. Increase this, that, and the third. Whenever any teammate inflicts a debuff on an enemy Ichigo, also applies 30 breach points. This leans right back towards that ailment damage again. Whenever either son gets to 25%. Okay, so first things first, with crit rate, if you want to have reliable crit rate, typically you try to get it built up to like, I'm just going to say 70%. I keep saying percent, but like 70%. If you want to get up to 100%, cool. But with this tells you immediately, if you get the weapon stamp, you only need to build it up to 80% to get it to 70, which means that if I like being at 70%, all I have to do is build it up to 50%, right? And then that to me is stable crit rate. There you go. There's, whoa. Did I miss something up top? No, okay, cool. So there's that, right? Next up, because he's laying down those breach marks, which are gonna do like debuff or ailment damage, you want to, oh, yeah, I guess I can do it from here. We're gonna just use this guy as an example to show you where the stamps are, okay? But don't follow this. Go get his set stamps from the, whatever it's called, stamp corridor. No, it's not stamp corridor. It's called something else. Anyway, here, you're gonna, do I have, you should. His stamps suck though. Kenpachi maybe? I think Kenpachi I still put in attack set stamps, didn't I? I'll put in ultimate charge rate. That needs to change. That really needs to change. Wait, whoa. Sorry, ADD. ADHD, ADD. That doesn't exist anymore. This needs to change. Okay, anyway. So, when we get to, I'm just going to use Gin. Gin is a terribly built, but you have here on the third stamp, ailment damage. This is good for Gin, actually. You have ailment damage here. I got 1 roll of ailment damage there. I would have loved to have 2 more. Crit damage, I would prefer that be crit rate, but crit damage is good too. Middle stamp, I'm leaning towards crit rate over crit damage, unless somehow, some way you get enough crit rate on your advanced stats to get up to that, for me, up to 50%. Then I'm gonna change this from crit rate to crit damage, because now I have 70% crit rate, and I can add, I cannot remember what the exact number is, but then I can add more crit damage on top of that at stable crit rate. Then this one, of course, is just gonna be the thrust damage bonus, and then trying to get the 3 sub stats or the advanced stats of crit damage, crit rate, and attack. Well, crit rate, crit damage, in order. Ailment, crit rate, crit damage, attack. And that attack and the crit damage can like alternate spots. So that is what I would say for the True Shikai Ichigo. I'm gonna go to this trial tower 1 more time to try to see if I can do it. If not, I'm gonna have to say that I was defeated by trial tower, because this last one is insane. This last one is insane. Ugh. All right, so Kenpachi, LOL, your white should be doing 16 million in ultimate damage when you put so hold up. Yo, I can ask my highest damage in 1 minute with B0 level 70 Ichigo, B0 Nell, and B3 Rangiku is 31 million. Is that decent enough? It depends on what you're trying to attack. What, like, for example, so that damage, where are you doing that damage is my first question. That's number one. Are you doing that damage in like the Reforged Blade event, or are you doing that damage in the training room where you're trying them out? Another tip I should have given you, by the way, I should just direct you to my beginner's guide as well because of all that other stuff, is that go use the training room. I've been using that a lot lately, and the idea behind that, for me at least, is that is where I confirm where my theories are right or wrong. So I'll go to that training room, put a 2-minute, 3-minute limit on it or whatever, run it, and then see the damage that's being done. And then I'll sub out the character, sub in this other character, whatever, because that's the cleanest, most controlled environment to test out the team that you're building. So if you're worried about, like, I've even done it for set stamps, to be like, okay, I put this crit rate and then this crit damage, which one goes better? And people have seen me do it on the channel. So like I'll do that stuff all the time, of using like the training rooms and stuff like that to test out these things and say like, okay, well, Angreifer said do this, this, and this. I put this, this, and this together. Okay, this team does a lot more damage with Rangiku, but what if I replace Rangiku with it's not going to be good, but what if I replace Rangiku with Momo? What happens? Oh, that was better. He didn't even suggest that one. But at this point right now, a lot of what's going to drive you is getting really good set stamps, which are hard to do. Getting your weapon stamp, getting your core stamp. Especially if you're still like trying to get through those first levels of like Trial Tower, stuff like that, and get those resources. Ruderhaven needs crit damage, and Rangiku needs ultimate charge rate and ailment, and TS Ichigo wants ailment. Exactly. So if you run Kitsuke with them, he's gonna crit a lot more. Ailment damage assist comes from Rangiku, and then True Shikai just goes off. Oh, how much ailment should you aim for? As much as possible. Like, I know you say 214 there, as much, because this is the thing. It's unlike crit rate. Think of ailment damage like crit damage, right? I mean, yeah, your optimal is to have it at, wait, is this the issue? No, he's sitting there attacking Mayuri a lot. You can sit there and say like, oh, a good amount of crit damage is 200. However, would you be mad if I gave you 300? Like, ailment damage is like that. As much as you can stack on him, do it. Period. The plus side over it is, unlike crit damage, it's not dependent on a crit rate. There's no ailment crit. There's no ailment rate or whatever. So you can just stack as much as you possibly can. If I'm really being like picky, which, I mean, as Hakeem has seen me be picky, every one of my set pieces would have ailment damage in it. That's like a minimum. If it doesn't have ailment damage in it, then I'm not adding it. I'm being extreme, of course. Resource management, etc., etc. However, that is like the approach I would take. Okay, so see, now he's doing all this damage that he's supposed to be doing, right? I don't know what that last thing was about. I would like to know what it was about so we can avoid it next time. But now that we're doing this much damage on him, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get through these last 2 bars, hopefully. And then, wait, hold on, let me see how much damage. No, that wasn't it either. And then that big ass baby comes out, and then I'm going to end the stream because I'm stuck. And I've recorded an 1.5-hour YouTube video. That's going to be 10 minutes of me being like, what the hell? Okay, cool. Now that's gone. We just finished him off. And now comes the baby with 20 bars of health. You're a baby. Why are you so strong? Why are you such a strong baby? Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Stuck on the same place. Floor 11. I am at a loss of what to do. Has Tower 11 from Endless Trial Tower beaten me? Damn. I told you I hate my Yuri. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Damn it! Alright, so there goes that. But yeah, I'm about to get off in a minute. Training room, blah, 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 blah. Let me see, sorry. Well, thank you guys for helping. I'm gonna sub and to, yeah, please do. Thank you, appreciate it. There's also a beginner's guide in there somewhere in my videos. Training room, you say that, I'm assuming with a question mark. The training room is, I probably do this more than I care to admit. And this is the thing too. I don't do it manually intentionally on this as well because of human error. The cleanest thing to do is go to this thing here. You have free training. You go in. Let's put in blah, 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 blah. What team are we? Well, let's just use this one. It's fine. Start. You go into the training room. You use this to test your teams. Then once I'm here, I usually do 2 minutes. 3 might be better. Let's just do 30 seconds just because we're about to wrap this up. Then I do 30 seconds of damage, 2 minutes of damage, whatever. I'll run this on the side a lot. Run 2 minutes of damage, come back, change the team in the way that I want it to look, and then run that for 2 minutes, and then say like, okay, this team runs better in this 2 minute span than this other team. I run it on auto because in that way I don't have to worry about the mistakes I'm making along the way. Human error gets introduced when you start doing stuff manually. Now you can be more optimal, or you could sneeze, slip a finger, and now that whole 2 minutes you spent doing it perfectly, gone. You have an itch on your nose and now you're not focused. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. So this is where I go to check to see like what the damage is. This is the spirit team. And then I'll compare the spirit team to the thrust team. I'll compare the thrust with my Yuri versus the thrust with Kitsuke, blah, 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 blah. And it gives you the numbers. I'm just letting it run to that 30 seconds. It gives you the numbers, and then you can you can judge based on that. Jump, 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 jump. Side note, maybe pick the team with the most animations because the time stops when the animations go. Anyway, and then you're still doing damage. It's like a free throw. And then down here you can see he did 30.7 million on the field for 9 seconds, while Ukiyoda did half the amount of damage while being on the field twice as much. Whatever. And it'll help you with your analysis. This is what I do a lot of times for that R&D stuff I like to do. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I'm going to scream because I just spent an hour and a half trying to beat something, convinced I had the idea. Convinced it, no, thrust was the problem. No, my Yuri's the problem. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.